And nigunim, in general, song in general, but especially in the life of a Chabadnik, of a Chassid, plays a vital role. It's not just singing, it's something that can make a tremendous difference in somebody's life or in somebody's mood. Sometimes what a nigun can do, sometimes the learning cannot do. Sometimes what a nigun can do is boinus. Meditation before the davening can't accomplish it. And the nigun can do. There was a chassid of the Reb Marash that came to the Reb Marash and said to him that he doesn't know what's with him, He learns chassidus in the morning. Enough. In other words, not just 15 minutes. He learns chassidus in the morning. He prepares himself, so he goes to the mikveh. He has his beinus koydem atfila. And yet his davening is nothing. It doesn't get him. This beinus is supposed to do that eventually what penetrates the mind travels down to the heart. And then you know that this is a real davening. You're davening with your heart, your feelings. You have he said this. It doesn't have to be bechitzonius. You know it's bechitzonius, yeah? It doesn't have to be bechitzonius, especially the Lubavitch is not so, But at least bepnimis you should feel in it. And if it doesn't, it stays there. And then there's a parsa mafsekes that doesn't let through to the. Should do the Reb Marash that he doesn't feel anything now. It seems to him that the preparations are proper, but the lepoil, the tachlis, is not there. So the Reb Marash answered him, Dein Eitzer is nigun be'es atfilah. The advice for you, what you need is some nigunim to sing during davening. A nigun. In other words, what these beinus couldn't do, to penetrate and to break through the parsam of seconds, that Chassidus speaks so much about that, the nigun will do. And after that, he says he started doing that, and he was another person. So the same. The Tzemach Tzedek, Tilim, we don't have to say what the greatness of Tilim, okay? I'm not going to spend time on this, but Tilim is a tremendous thing in this, okay? In Poiskim, in Gemara, in Nigla, in Chassidus, it so happens that unfortunately, who takes much after Tilim? Chassidim. Non-Chassidim don't, They do, when? Chas v'sholem. When there's sickness in the family, when there's a tzora, a moment of then they get together and say Tilim, but otherwise but Chassidim is not so. Tilim is part of the daily, and Lubavitch is even more so. There were times that the Tzemach Tzedek said, not the Tzemach Tzedek said, all the Rabbeim, at certain times that they used to lock themselves up and say Tilim on certain problems of Klal Yisrael. Okay. And this is what did that, there is a story of the Rebbetzin of the Tzemach Tzedek, who said to one of her children, one of the sons of the Tzemach Tzedek, she called him and told him, why is it that I say so much Tilim and I don't remember it by heart? After saying so much Tilim, I should remember by heart, a great deal of it, So sarcastically, he answered the mother, Mama, weil du sagst allemal mit andere Greisen, because you always say the Tilim with different mistakes. You're saying it you read it, a mistake here, and the reading is a mistake there. You're always changing the mistakes, So this was a little too sharp for So she told the Tzemach Tzedek that, but not in he told me, I asked him this question, he told me, weil ich sag allemal mit anderen Greisen, I keep on changing my mistakes, so Tzemach Tzedek called the son, and he asked him, is this, so he told him he was just being said, go over to your mother and ask Mechila for that. Ask Mechila. I want you to know that her Tilim is very dear to me. When she says Tilim, this is dear to me. So don't minimize it. Don't be sarcastic with that. So the Tzemach Tzedek used to lock himself up, and they say that he used to sing psukim of Tilim from time to time, a certain psukim that was just gewaltig, the sweetness and what the heart was coming through there. And there was one time that the Tzemach Tzedek was saying Tilim, and he sang verses, psukim of them, and Chassidim could hear from the other side of the window, outside, from the street. So they gathered there, a bunch of Chassidim, to listen to the Tzemach Tzedek. And then the Rebbetzin noticed that. And she was sometimes a little Kapdonis, how do you translate Kapdonis?
Strict.
A little strict, yeah, and sometimes Timimus also, very serious, very serious. And so she said to them, what is that? Was after the stupen? Why are you stooping yourself and not to listen? You never heard how a Jew says Tilim? You have never said, you haven't heard how a Jew says Tilim? What stoop to say? What are you pushing so much, saying? There's a nickname of the Tzemach Tzedek that one of the psukim in Tilim, that he was saying, Kapitel Mem Beis. Well, keep the English one. Kapitel Mem Beis. You have Tilims? You probably know the Nigun, but if you do, we're going to try to reshape it and see if it's you know it correctly. Kapitel Mem Beis, Posek Beis. You have it? Posek Beis. Kiyayol Taro Galafike Moim Kenafshi Sara Yelech Elokim. You know the Nigun? Huh? Okay. What's the translation for this? Read it slowly and then.
As the heart cries out in thirst for the springs of water, so does my soul cry out in thirst for you, O God.
Yeah. So Tzedek was saying Tilim and zu singen. He sang this again and again and picked it up, and there's many verses like this. You know the name? You do? Sing the name. Let me. Say just like me.
Kehayon taray galafike moim kenafshi zarayim Kehayon taray galafike moim kenafshi zarayim
Not bad, yeah, not bad. Let me see. Kiyayol tarei galafike moim kein nafshi sarei gelecho elokim tzombo nafshi leileikim lekelecho Ayovri veyero
Mosiah voi veiro Ki ayotari galafike moim ki nafshi sari geleku ki ayotari galafike moim ki nafshi sari geleku There's the Nigunim, as we sing sometimes about Fabringen and the fast. This is because of the tempo, okay? But in terms of the Nigunim, the correctness of the Nigun, okay, to sing the Nigun properly, and also to have the Tnuis to have an impact on you, it's Negeya, the not running, you're not running. Nobody's pursuing you, nobody's chasing you, and you're not running away from anything. You know. Take your time and let the Tnuis, you know what the Tnuis? The
movements.
Let the movements take its, its course in order to get the fullest of that, and also have it more miduyik. Ki ayol tarei galafike goyim ki nafshi sarei lekoyim ki ayol First of all, on this nigun, I didn't have time to prepare anything. On this nigun, I want to find out. I know that you sing it twice. And then other people don't sing it like this, and I usually don't sing it like this. It's one time. One time this verse, one time this verse. Okay. However, I'm going to take a look in Sefer Nigunim Masokin and ascertain what's the proper way, so that when we sing here, we'll have it correctly, the way it appears in Sefer Nigunim and the way the Nigun was made, and not the way in the course of so many years and generations, things got out of hands a little bit. There are mistakes made in the Nigunim. So we'll try to get it back. Another Nigun that you do sing, and you know that, but some people sing a little different, and they're not totally correct. You sing.
Yeah.
go from here. It's not bad, not bad. Second phase. Do you catch any difference?
Rabbi Taliban, the way most of us know is from Rabbi Taliban, sings like Kedush on Shabbos, but he sings the Avram Fried version. If you look there, the way Avram Fried sings it, that's the version that he sings.
You went up and on Saturday.
Hmm?
You went up and on Saturday.
Where?
Towards the beginning, not the first part, but the second part.
I'll just sing this part again, okay? But I'm not sure about that either. Triye na na yama ma yama mo yeru. Triye yeru ira yeru 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 yamo yeru Nishma Yisrael, I think we sang together. You know, does anybody know? Huh? You know? So sing, let's see. This is a Nigum Dat Rebbe, you know that, yeah? Okay. Another time we'll go, but now there's not much time. Shema Yisrael Hashem. By the way, the Rebbe sang this nigun, and the Rabbinish Poseidon was overheard many times singing this nigun davening, during his davening. And he said, Baruch Shem Kvod Malchus Olam, but they could hear him saying Baruch Shem Kvod Malchus Olam. And that Rebbe there isn't Baruch Shem Kvod Malchus Olam. It's like almost skipping in it. It's not that he skipped it, but there's no nigun in this. Shema I have no voice. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad V'yohavto es Hashem Melekecho Bechol levavecho Ubechol nafshecho Ubechol miyedecho Fading it like this. Again. Sing slow and accompany me so that maybe I'll know. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Yeah, don't go, don't slack this. Hashem Echad and then cut it. V'yohav to'esh Hashem Elokecho Bechol levavecho Ubechol nafshecho fading away. V'yohav to'esh Hashem Elokecho Bechol levavecho Ubechol nafshecho Ubechol b'yedecha You can see that the emphasis here is not Bechol Levavcha, not Bechol Nafshecha. The emphasis in the nigness of Chol Miyedecha. The whole trust is in the Bechol Miyedecha. Bechol Levavcha, Ubechol Nafshecha, Ubechol Miyedecha. Okay. We'll come back to it, Mr. Sheffield. Okay. The time is short, so let's see how much we can accomplish in this half hour in 4 times, and then we'll see from here. The main thing is the few nigunim that we learn, we should know it well, and we should know also have a full appreciation of what means a niggun. Okay, in the history, in the life of a Chabadnik especially, or Chassid in general. Let me read you a small little sikha here in Yiddish. Okay, how is your Yiddish? Huh?
To translate.
But I'm going to translate, and if you want, I will make later copies of this, so at least this shtikala here, this little piece, you'll be able to read this in Yiddish, and then to know the translation and improve your Yiddish from this too. Accomplish a few things. This is a sikha from the previous Rebbe in Tov Shin Ches. 1948. Okay. Just a small stickle. He says, like, first let me give you an introduction a bit. The Gemara says that Tatne de libo leikasvi inshi. And this brings in the Chassidus in the memoriam. Okay, you may have seen. You had this in Maimer. You're making like this. You had this in a Maimer. Which Maimer from Hanukkah? Yeah. Chassidus brings that this Maimer Chazal. Tatne de libo leikasvi inshi. The primus alive. Okay, the inner feelings of the heart, the essence of the neshama, cannot be described in dibur. Words are very powerful. They connect me with you. They tell you what's in me, and yet they tell you just very little in comparison to what is really going on inside me or in my neshama. To the point where only 10% of the essence of the person can be described through dibur.
Only 10%.
True, only 10% of one's feelings or a scholar.
How do you get this number?
Chassidus brings, but Chassidus brings probably this from Chakira or Berger, maybe even from Gemara, I don't know. There's a Chelak Asidi only. 10% only. It can be, for example, you have Midas or even a scholar. Everything that you have inside, to be described to another person, dibur is tremendous, because without the dibur, there's no isgalus alazulas. There's no revealing this to somebody else. Through dibur, there's a revealing and connects to individuals, right? Two individuals look at each other the whole day. It's possible sometimes that you read in the eyes of the person a lot of things, but still, it's not enough. Okay? And in a few minutes, the person can say, and yet, as much as you say in dibur, okay, it's not. It's only 10%. The essence of Qadr, you cannot write. You cannot, You may have seen this in a Maimer. Ton Rabbanan Chanukah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learned that one? I think it says that word there. Or maybe also in, I don't remember. I haven't seen that one in a long time, unfortunately. V'yadai to Moskva.
I think so.
Yeah, but anyway. Tavne de Libur Lekasv. So Dibur, as great as is, is only it's magbil, limits you. But at least you have, with the limitation you have something. Without Dibur we wouldn't have anything, right? But Dibur has that koyach. Yet a nigun is much higher than Dibur. What Dibur cannot describe, what Dibur cannot reveal or express to the person, a nigun can. Tremendous koyach of a nigun, So you know what? Before I even read this Sefer, I know that this is becoming more of a bringing than nigun than singing. But we have to come out with hopefully from this few times that we meet. We have a deeper appreciation of what means nigina, and nigina in the life of a chassid of a Chabadnik. So let me, in terms of what I just said to you, let me tell you a story that I heard directly from the person who was involved in this. The person directly involved, his name was Rabbi Alexander Reinin. His kever is right near the oil. He was a person that was very Drabic. We should know of this, but how many people passed away that the Rabbi spoke about them by the Fabringen? Very rarely, very rarely. The Rabbi was just not the Rabbi that didn't make aspedim. You know what means aspedim? Eulogies in it. Fabringen was not the place for this. No, what the Rebbe's feelings is the Rebbe's feelings. He was one of the few, maybe handful, and maybe less, that the Rebbe spoke about this person by Fabringen. I knew him very well. To talk about him is a separate issue, a separate Fabringen. But he told me that as a young kid, he and his sister were brought up in a fine Jewish home. He was not a rabbi, he was basically a businessman. But Achsid Shahid, that's a very pnimis-looking mensch also, very pnimis-looking person. And in those days, people used to run away from the army, try to escape the Russian army because it meant spiritual suicide. The moment you entered,
it meant spiritual suicide there. So there were yeshiva bochim, what, that learned in a yeshiva or learned in a house, whatever it is, and the moment the age came, they transferred from one place to the other, so that the Russian army shouldn't have any control where they are. In that situation, a yeshiva bocher, not a Lubavitcher, ended up in his city, and if he can be housed there, at least for some time, and the parents have opened the door for this young man, who had to leave his own family in order to escape and he stayed with them for some time, maybe more than a year or so, okay, until he felt that the Russians are a little bit on his track. The KGB, whatever it is, the moment he started feeling that he is being watched, or he had
Let's take a look at first that page, Chof Ches. It's a sikha from the previous Rebbe, from Friedrich Rebbe, about in Sefer HaNigunim. It's what's tremendously interesting is that the Friedrich Rebbe in Negina, in singing, was not this was not his the Rebbe, for example. His singing was much, and yet although singing was not his, but the Husha Negina, the understanding of what the tifkeit of a Negina was tremendous. The way the Rebbe describes, you could think that it's how he takes in a nigun with his deepest meaning in the nefesh, And here, when this shtikal sikha, we can see that too. In Lubavitch, you see that sikha Chof Ches, page Chof Ches. Do you have only one? Oh.
Was it the
Yeah, there's 2 pages. Page Chof Ches. In the bottom is a Chof Ches. You have one? I have one.
What's that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chof Ches, yeah. You have Chof Ches?
Looks like it's in. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Let's read it together. Okay, and then you can keep this and you'll be able to review it by yourself. In Lubavitch, Oderinian Negina Fanumen Achosheven Ort. In Lubavitch, the issue of Negina, singing, but Fanumen Achosheven Ort, they had a very important, a vital place in the life of Lubavitch. Negina, das ist die Sprache von Nefesh. Negina is the language of the soul. Okay? There's a language that you talk, and we mentioned this that in Dibur, Dibur that Dibur can be megale only 10% of what is in the Moichin or Midas of the soul. Only 10% comes out. The rest you can, it doesn't. Tafne the Libur like Asvi Inchi. Negina says that this is the Sprach von Nefesh. The soul speaks. It's way beyond anything that you can describe in Dibur. Now, in the Maimer Vyodaito Reish Nun Zayin, Vyodaito Moskva, this is the famous Maimer, is Mevur the Hefresh from Machshova le Dibur. He talks there, the Nafkimina, between Machshova and Dibur. And one of the things, the Nafkimina that is Mevayer in that Maimer is this Oishis HaMachshova, the letters of Machshova that a person is thinking, Zayin Gilui Liatzmoi, the Helem Legabi Azulas. When a person thinks, yeah, and you're thinking a certain subject or you're thinking over something, this is Gilui Legabi Atzmoi. You're seeing something clear because you're thinking about it, It's coming into play, it's coming into forth. But I see you thinking, but I don't know what's going on by you. This is Gilui Legabi Atzmoi, Helem Legabi Azulas. Dibur is the other way around. Dibur is Megale El Azulas. The moment he starts talking, now I know what you're thinking about, You get on Helem Legabi Azulas because Legabi Atzmoi. Because the Dibur is only is being malim, is obscuring most of the sentiments of the Sefer and bringing out this into precise words. So this is Helem Legabi Atzmoi, but Higilu Legabi Azulas. Without Dibur, we can't have a dialogue. We can't communicate without Dibur. You can sit there and think something very important. I can sit here and think also. It's honest. This telephone conversation doesn't go, But tzaddikim, it could go something like this. There are sipurim
or something like this of sitting and thinking of, and the person, there's something with the Tzemach Tzedek, I think, with one of the Rabbeim, with Rabbi Lubavitcher. He said, I'm going to tell you a Maimon, and he told him to sit down. And he was thinking of Maimon a long time, and Rabbi was, and then he said over the Maimon. But this is, because this was the Tzemach Tzedek, and Rabbi was also no
slouch.
No slouch. But Bichlal, it's not what is Migale, what is Mikasher connects to people? Dibur. But Dibur is a Gilui Legabi Azulas, but becomes a Helen Legabi Atzmoi, because in order for me to bring it out into Dibur, I'm being Malim, a tremendous amount that's doing within me that I can bring out only in those precise words. That's it. More than that I can't. I can't express more. I just hope that through those limited words, you will see what's doing so much more into my mashava, into my soul. That's all I can expect and hope. But more than that you can't know. So he says like this, in the Maimer Vedaito Reish Zayin is Mifuel the Hefresh Machshava V'Lidibur. Ois is a Machshava, the letters of Machshava, a person thinks with either you think in Yiddish or you think in Portuguese or you think in English, you're thinking with letters, with the oisius. Oisius ha-machshava is an ingiluli atzmui, the helem legabi azulas. And oisius ha-dibur is the other way around. Zan in helem legabi atzmui. Okay, I have to be milim in order to bring it out. The gilu al azulas, this becomes a gilu al azulas because without the dibur we wouldn't be able to have a dialogue, we wouldn't be able to connect. This is als machshava und dibur. This is a machshava and dibur, but they roll at each one place. But Nigina, das is oisius ha-nefesh v'giluya. This is oisius, this is the nefesh itself they're talking to. No. In machshava and dibur they're talking to, if this is Helem, this is giluya, how much Helem, how much giluya is it? In Nigina, the nefesh, the soul is coming through there. You don't have this page? In Nigina, the soul is coming through. So therefore, that's why this plays such a vital role in the life of a chassid, and that this was not only important to the Lubavitch, but chassid from the Mittel Rebbe and from the Tzemach Tzedek, and beim Rebbe Marash also. Yeah. A chassid Rabbi Lubavitch hat gesagt, he said, wer es hat nicht in Kush in Nigina, hat nicht in Kush in Chassidus. Those who don't have a full appreciation in Nigina can't have a full appreciation of Chassidus. Okay? Because it's so much dependent on Noch as Nusach is there, it's a different, what was said, the name of Rabbi Lubavitch, a little different. Wer es hat a Hush in Nigina, the person who has a Hush in Nigina, hat a better Hush in Chassidus. He can better understand Chassidus, and Chassidus has a deeper effect in the person because of Hush in Nigina. So this is the two versions of what Rabbi Lubavitch said. The Hefresh from Beis and Skoyes is moving. So the difference between the two and the Skoyes is understandable. But Lubavitch Nigunim darf sein the Mishnah. The Lubavitch Nigunim darf sein the Mishnah von Nigina. Lubavitch Nigunim has to be the Mishnah von Nigina. The point is very just like when you learn in Gemara. Yeah, you will go straight to the Gemara. What are you analyzing here? The Mishnah is what Rabbi Yehuda Chassid put in and and he put in a very big hit there. And the Gemara is now analyzing and bringing the Helem, what's the Helem in the Mishnah, the Gemara is bringing this into Gilui. So it says the Nigina should be the Mishnah from Nigina. Okay. And that's why the Marash was, the story that I told you, that a Chassid that came to the Marash. And he said, he has a chana for the davening, he gets up early, he makes the proper chana, he learns Chassidus. Is misboine in Chassidus. Okay? So it's not, and we're not talking about a person who's playing. He was not telling something in Chassidus to Marash that's just this was so. He put in effort, work, time into it. He prepared himself. He had this boiness, and he says in his davenings, and he doesn't take him. Doesn't. So the Marash answered him, "Dein Eitzer, what you need, the solution for you is Nigina in davening. Nigina in davening to sing."
Not before that, but
now let's see page man base. It says in the bottom there.
I'm going to go bikitsu here. I'm not going to explain too much here in order because of the time. I won't put it. But nigun is hecher from dibur. You have it there, remember? The nigun is hecher from dibur. Nigun is above in madrege dibur, as we said just now. Dibur is megala, but this is malim also, and the nigina is we're talking the nefesh. The soul is talking. It's not just a gilui from the nefesh. The nigun sagt sich heraus die Atzmius. From the nigun, the Atzmius of the person, the very essence of the person comes through the nigun. What he can't accomplish through dibur, it comes out through nigina. And nigina without dibur. Und da muss der hört man die Primis wie Atzmius von dibur. Through nigina, then you can fully understand the Primus of what the dibur is saying. Okay, well, maybe we'll come back to this. Das hat einmal gerät, we spoke once about this, the Rebbe says, is the time was Chassidim singen in Davening. The reason why Chassidim sing by Davening, as is doing, I Davening was Davening. They're nice people. I'm talking about the nice community, nice people, But between me and you, any person that had a time of a Geschmack Davening can't enjoy it, I'm talking about the during the middle of the week, Okay, the head is everybody's rushing to that, they're rushing that, fine. What Shabbos, we're rushing for what? Even the beginner that they sing. There's no nefesh there, It's just running through it. So it's missing, the whole davening is missing. Das hat man einmal gerät, in dem Tal, was Chassidim singen in Davening. Es ist da ein Nigen fahren Davening, das ist Tumadreges. There is a Nigen that's fahren Davening, und ein Nigen in Davening. Tumadreges, two sort of Nigunim. One Nigen that you sing before the Davening, one thing that you sing for yourself during the Davening. And I don't mean for somebody to sit in the medrash now, and in the middle of the Davening, start singing, and making a whole, then becomes Chitzonius, and this is Hepa from Sidis also. But to yourself, quietly, if it doesn't become a scene or what, then it's something else, or you're going now with Madinkala, you're going to a corner and nobody's there, what if you're attracting attention to yourself through that, then nothing accomplished. This is it's Hepa Hakavona. It's exactly the opposite of what's meant here. Es ist ein Nigen fahren Davening und ein Nigen in Davening. What's the difference? The Nigen fahren Davening, the Nigen that you sing before the Davening, das ist Achona, this is a preparation, a rois to schlagen doors, in order to push out the chametz. Was es darf nicht sein in Davening, in order to push out, to flush out what it doesn't belong by the Davening. To flush out from yourself. And this is the Nigun before the Davening. And Nigun B'Shachim Davening is in order to elevate him to a higher Madrege. Men darf sagen a Nigun, we should sing a Nigun, nicht bechdeya soll der nehmen jenem, when you sing a Nigun, you should do it not bechdeya soll der nehmen jenem to how do you translate, to attract, more, the nehmen to have an impact. As a nigun, not to have an impact on somebody else. The nigun is to have an impact on yourself. As though der nemen sich allein, to have an impact on yourself and on a person. Okay, we'll come back to this. Let's see now. We started now with what which was it? Rabbi Zlotchev, yeah. You remember the story of Rabbi Zlotchev, the Nigun, what this came about here? You wanted to go to the Baal Shem Tov, and Dr. Baal Shem Tov later said that this Nigun, if you sing this Nigun with Ayseres Tshuvo Amitis, regardless of which Eichel I will find myself, the Baal Shem Tov said, I will come to be Meir Rachmim on this person that's singing this. Let's sing together. Again. First part, second part now. Repeats again now. Start. Driyama mama noi, hey da da yo yi da da yo oh da da do. Driyama mama yo mama yi do. Driyama mama yo mama yi do. Driyama mama yo driyama Then goes back to the second fall.
The third part is difficult, I think.
No?
The third one is much practice on. This is called the Ningagui, digging of longing. It comes out from this, from the sikh, that sometimes what you can't accomplish through dibur and through machshava and through his boininess, although nobody's going to say that I'm going to take a shortcut. I don't have to learn Chassidus, I don't have to have it. Oh, I learn Chassidus, but I need his boininess before the daven, what I have to have his boininess. I'm going to go join him. No, this is Pnimis here says that you have to go through the motions, you have to, this is Madregas. It's almost like saying that I'm going to start with davening not from Psiti de Zimbra, but from Birchas Krishma. There's a Madregas in davening, that you have to go through. Psiti de Zimbra is one Madrega and Birchas Krishma, and then the climax is Shmona Esrei. Same thing, I'm going to start with Nigma. But when you go through the process and you put the ingredient of Nigun there, Atmis Hanefesh, then you can accomplish and reach to places where these Bainus alone couldn't do. Mr. Shem, next time we'll sing that more veilig en dingen. Dat is een ding of the Spalla Zeder, you know, that's Nigun, that's a Koel Bayar, no Koel Bayar. You know the name? I'll try to have it now. Koel Bayar is a Nigun that the Spalla Zeder is Nigun were later like this, you know. superficially with simple words. Okay, but the message is a message, a deep message. And in this enigma is a father coming into a big forest, and a dense forest, and he's looking for his children and he can't find them. So the soul speaks out and it screams out, children, where are you? Where have you gone that you have forgotten me? Come back home. Hashem is looking for the children in Bisman HaGolus and asking, why have you forgotten me? Come back, because I can't be without you. Hashem saying this one. And later on, you hear a voice in the forest, and the other side of the forest, that the children heard the father. And they say to him, this is in Hebrew, and in Yiddish, and then there's in English. But the final phrase is, Tate, wir kommen gehen zu dir, der Schäumer steht bei der Tür. Oh, yirodayo, 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 oh, yirodayo, Tate, how can we come to you if the Schäumer, the guard, doesn't let us through. The guard, the Shomer is the Yetzer Hara, and the obstacles of this Managolos. We want to come to you. We want to be closer. There's so many obstacles, and the state by the tea, and it doesn't let us go. So we have to break through this, and Mashiach will come, but we'll get together.
Do you have this written?
I'll try to get it. I asked somebody to prepare it for me.